abducted, beat up, insulted, crashed an airplane, landed on my head, almost killed me dead, man. Then had my wife die on the way to be by my side. She caught the carbon monoxide, man. Pissing in a can, shitting in a bucket, no food, 1 month sleep, standing up, fuck it, I was there, barely alive. Slaughterhouse 5, 130,000 souls, lost in the blink of an eye. That ain't bad. That's nothing. You think that's bad? That ain't bad. That's nothing. That ain't bad. Ooh, that ain't bad, no. Ooh, you think that's bad? Well, that ain't bad. That's nothing. Of two lovely young girls undressed and boiled alive. I've seen the blood of the innocent all over the wall for no reason at all. I've seen men digging graves for men, some turned into candle wax and ink for my pen jack. People losing everything they had, no food like 2 months or so. My daughter put me in a mental institution, got shot in the head for no reason at all. That ain't bad. That's nothing. Man, you think that's bad? That ain't bad. That's nothing. That ain't bad. Nothing. Don't burn books, burn your iPad instead. Throw some Kindles on the fire till it's all just twisted melting wire. Don't burn books, burn your iPad instead. Throw some Kindles on the fire till it's all just twisted melting wire. It's not uncommon to catch myself having stared at my laptop all day long, and I think, why don't I read a book or go outside? So don't burn books, burn your iPad instead. Throw some Kindles on the fire till it's all just twisted melting wire. Don't burn books, burn your iPhone instead. Crush your Android with some pliers till it's all just twisted mangled wire. Somehow I don't really feel like checking my email or even my Facebook page. I'd rather write an old-fashioned letter, or maybe just go out and play. So don't burn books, burn your iPad instead. Throw some Kindles on the fire till it's all just twisted melting wire. Don't burn books, smash your laptop instead. You can't punch me in the Facebook when I'm outside riding bikes instead. Don't burn books, burn your iPhone instead. Crush your Android with some pliers till it's all just twisted mangled wire. Turn it off. melting wire.
Hey Robin, let's go out tonight, hit Gotham and find a fight. Hey Batman, yeah, that sounds real great. My homework's done and it's not too late. Alfred, you can back us up, we're gonna need the monster truck. Hey Batman, hey Robin, we'll find mutants and F them up. I am haunted by a bat with breath that smells really bad. My parents were killed on the street by douchebags I'd like to meet. And kill them, kill them, kill them. Yes, I'd shred them into little bits. Then maybe I could rest at night, stop all these depressive fits. I'm not sure how I got assigned to a life of fighting crime. Good thing I am rich and buff, and I have plenty of time. I am Batman and it's understood. I am all up in this hood, stopping thieves in the act, launching secret aerial attacks. Robin is only 13, I'm not sure if she's menstruating. Why couldn't she been hot and older, perfect for when nights get colder? If I were to rewrite this book, I'd give that deal a second look. For now it's nice she'll carry on, crime fighting when Batman is gone. Now everybody clap your hands to show that you love Batman. He is built like cinder blocks. We ladies think that's pretty hot. But if I had to choose a date with Superman, there's no debate. Something is wrong with Batman. His anger can get out of hand. He's a scary man. Now everybody clap louder yet, 'cause we're gonna show respect for the power of Batman's thighs while he's beating up bad guys. Kabam, shazam, blam, slam, get up, you'll get knocked down again. Whip, pop, pow, crack, looks like the Dark Knight is back.
Wherever he's gone, he hasn't left a trace. And now strange things are happening all over this place. Darkness booms like a thief in the night. You've got to travel to find him through a wrinkle in time. I'm in this knocking at the kitchen door. She might be crazy or a prophet or something more. So cool, so calm, and so matter of fact. She says there is such a thing as a tesseract. Nobody knows what you might find there, or what waits on the other side. You've got to hold on to each other. Follow the light. Follow the light. Mind control, watch the puppets dance. The red-eyed man has got 'em all in a trance. He calls you to crawl into his hypnotic state. To find the one you seek is held captive here. Nobody knows what you might find there, or what waits on the other side. You've got to hold on to each other. Follow the light. Follow the light. Salvation comes to the wise and the fool. It follows a different logic, a different set of rules. So when the darkness comes and tries to get you too, don't believe him when it says there's nothing you can do. Nobody knows what you might find there, or what waits on the other side. You've got to hold on to each other. Follow the light. Follow the light.
The tide was out, the love was in the air that night. As our story begins, a bittersweet tale of heartache and woe, I sing it where I go. The turtle walked slowly, as turtles will do, and he said to himself, I got nothing to lose. I've traveled this ocean, the whole world around. It's time that I settled down. Trumpets may roar, lions may too, and every soul would get them confused. But a bagpipe be different. She lies in between the animal kingdom and music serene. Well now, never you mind why the bagpipe was there. 'Tis best not to question such villainous fare, for she'll tempt you with beauty and tempt you with song, till it all goes horribly wrong. Oh, but the turtle was taken and tired to boot, and he told her as much. Still the bagpipe stayed mute, so he threw in his lot, and he asked for her hand right there on the silvery sand. Trumpets may roar, lions may too, and every soul get them confused, but bagpipe be different. She lies in between the animal kingdom and music serene. Now I must confess, I have many times heard there be some prefer bagpipes what don't speak a word. Oh, but not so our hero, who desperately craved simple irony. Ah, but a bagpipe's heart be as cold as the shoulder she offered. He wanted only to hold her, so a lump in his throat and a tear in his eye were all that he left with that night. Trumpets may roar, lions may too, and every soul would get them confused, but a bagpipe be different. She lies in between the animal kingdom and music serene. Down a seaside tavern, round about closing time, sat a tentacled rogue with one thing on his mind. When he spied the old bag, so he bought her around. smiled as he sat back down. Oh, lassie, says he, that's a fine-looking tartan, and I aim to breach it before we're done sporting. Oh, your knobs and your mounts may have seen better days, but I ain't one to complain. So then he reached for her flap valve with 8 loving arms, and he tickled her flea hole, showing his charms. His hornpipe was rusty, but her blowpipe well oiled. To the victor go the spoils. Trumpets may roar, lions may too, and every soul get them confused, but bagpipe be different. She lies in between the animal kingdom and music serene. Say trumpets may roar, lions may too, and every soul get them confused, but bagpipe be different. She lies in between the animal kingdom and music serene.
Enduring strife, just for your dreams of love. Striving every day, sail away, find the man that you're made of. Get captured by a man, a pirate man, and ask just why you need to live. The beauty of his life, his future wife, is the reason that he gives. Fight and does it right. 5 years have gone, he's captain now. Fortune, fear, and fame are his to claim. He sails off to his bride now. He can't believe his ears when he hears that she's betrothed to Humperdinck. He feels betrayed, ashamed, she's not to blame, because his name, it rhymes with stink. He finds her in a mask, please do not ask, it was his task. I am abridging now. It takes a lot of time to make a rhyme. Ah, they are kissing now. Captured now. Tortured every breath, the zoo of death is where he is, and he is dying now. No, you seem to say that is not right, that can't be right, because then life's not fair. Very true, my friend, it is the end. Ha ha, I got you, I was lying there. Taken by his friends who weren't his friends, but now they are, because he spared their lives. Also, cause revenge, his brain depends on plotting vengeance on the real bad guys. Thanks to Miracle Max, his life is back, and they have stormed the gates. Getting bride and killing counts, somehow they have found 4 mounts for their escape. Here the story ends, although it don't, but we can end it on a happy note. So for William Goldman and for me, we'll say for now that that is all she wrote. So what, life ain't fair, as long as friends are there. You get by all right and ride on in the night. La la da la da 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 da.
everybody, and welcome to Bushwick Book Club presents original music inspired by Ursula K. Le Guin's The Dispossessed and Ambiguous Utopia. Thank you all for coming out to join us tonight, even if you are a little scared of the front row. That's okay. It just tells me which of the two planets you reside on, right? So my name is Sailor St. Clair. I am pleased to be your host tonight. And if you are watching on the live stream or you need a little bit of a visual description here in the house, let me tell you that I am wearing a platinum blonde Space Queen wig that is long and has a crown of curls in the back, and I'm wearing an outfit that definitely looks like I belong on some other planet. It is holographic and sparkly, and no, I didn't buy it for this show. I just had it in my closet, and I watch a lot of Star Trek, so that says a lot about me. Thank you for appreciating the commotion for the dress. I appreciate it. Before we begin tonight, I want to just share our land acknowledgement. Bushwick Book Club Seattle acknowledges that our organization is headquartered and our events take place on the traditional and unceded lands of the Coast Salish people, including the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish. And we invite our audience members like you to learn more about the people whose land you occupy and experience. And we suggest visiting native-land.ca as a starting place. You can scan the QR code there if you have yet to hear of this website, but it's pretty easy to remember, and you can ask me about it later too. Now, who in the house has joined us at a Bushwick Book Club show before? Yeah? Okay, all right, great. I love that. It seems like maybe it's about a quarter of you, which tells me that 3/4 of you are brand new. And to you, I say welcome and thank you for being here. Can you all give yourselves a round of applause for trying something new? Now, for those of you who are less familiar, maybe it's because one of your friends is playing in the show and they said you should come out to this, it'll be cool. Well, tell you what, they're right, it will be cool, because what we do here at Bushwick Book Club is we read books and sing songs. Simple premise. Well, I don't sing any of the songs. I do read the books, but I leave the singing and original songwriting to people far more talented than me than you are going to hear from tonight. So you will have a show here with a bunch of beautiful, wonderful, original pieces of music inspired by this great work of science fiction. The songwriters go and read the book, and then they come away, and whatever little bit of inspiration pops into their head is what's going to come out in an original song for you tonight. It is really a magical process. I do not understand it. I'm not a musical person, so every time I come here and hang out with these folks, I'm really just like, wow, you are so cool and smart and talented, and I love you all, and I love hearing how their brains interpret the words of these great writers and turn them into other great pieces of art. It's really awesome, and I'm glad you get to be here to experience it tonight, especially with such a cool book as our starting place, as our common place. So we're gonna have a show for you that has a bunch of musicians in the first act. We're gonna take a little intermission. After intermission, there's gonna be a quiz. I saw some of you looking at your chairs and going, why is there a little slip of paper here? Well, if you fill that out, you get a chance after intermission to play the famous Bushwick Book Club quiz. It's always really silly, it is always really fun, and you will win great prizes if you participate. So think about it, if you're feeling like today is your game show moment and you think you know more about sci-fi than other people in the room, I'll tell you right now, knowing more about sci-fi is probably not gonna help you. The quiz is always gonna go in a different direction than you think it's going to go. But you'll all be on equal footing in that regard, so it's fair. It's all fair play. We're also live streaming at home, so if you need to access this show in other ways, just know that sometimes if you can't make it in person, there's usually a live stream that you can access later, which is great. So if you're also posting about tonight, we want to invite you to tell other people about the show by using the hashtag Bushwick Book Club, and just tag away. If you know any of the musicians, tag them, spread the word, show their work. We love that here. How many folks visited us tonight with knowledge of this book in mind? Who's read it? I want to know. Okay, all right, good job. We love that. That's about half of you. Awesome. So at intermission, you can be the experts for whom the people who have not read the book can go visit and say, okay, tell me more about that song. I want to know more, and engage in conversation around reading. That's the other thing we like to do here. But let me tell you a little bit about what it's about, because one of our artists tonight happened to write all of the season descriptions, and I think this one is particularly awesome. So The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Guin is a book in which a physicist walks into a revolution. In The Dispossessed, the brilliant scientist Shivik leaves his anarchist moon for a capitalist planet to share a theory of time and ends up rewriting the future. Ursula K. Le Guin's visionary tale of walls, worlds, and radical hope is part sci-fi epic, part political thought experiment, and 100% required reading for anyone who has ever questioned the system. So if you haven't read the book yet, I bet by the time you leave tonight, you are going to go home and you are going to want to order that. Shall we dive in to our evening of books and songs? Are you folks ready to hear some original music by local artists? Well, I'm ready to share some of it with you. Our first artist tonight happens to be the lead songwriter for the band Babe Name, and you might have seen them join us at a previous Bushwick show last season. The last time I hosted, in fact, was at this show back in June, the Pride show for genderqueer and sex is a funny word, and I got to hear this next performer for the first time there, and I love them, and you're gonna love them too. So please, welcome to the stage, Jamie, Laurel, Avery.
Maybe a little high. Yeah. Cool, thank you. All right, let me get these in order. So I am Jamie. I'm a 5.5 foot genderqueer person. I have long blonde hair, wearing a denim jacket. I am smiling right now, but I make angry faces when I sing. It's just true, whether I want to or not. Yeah, I usually tend to write really personal songs about my personal journey, about queerness, about politics, about things going on in the world. So, having to write about this really far-off planet where, like, a class of profiteers thrive and are comfortable while other people go hungry, and, the military is used to quash dissent. And these ideologies, like, based on fear, keep people giving up their own interests. Like, it was really a stretch. But, I found something to make it work. So, no, I really love this book. I found it really relevant. And there was one quote, I really just wanted to unpack this idea around, like, the ideology of, like, otherness and, what does it mean when we see that other that we've used to justify our whole ideology or our whole structure. So there's a quote when Shevik, like, meets the dissidents, and one of them says, "You are an idea, a dangerous one, the idea of anarchism made flesh, walking among us." So yeah, in the song I just tried to unpack how, right, like, at both the national level and in the local level, right, we're often told that there are people that we need to fear, whether those are immigrants or trans people or our unhoused neighbors, and that's used to justify more surveillance, more policing, more authoritarianism. So the song is hopefully challenging that a bit and thinking what it would mean if we met that dangerous other without making them the enemy. And yeah, as I start this course, I'll play this a few times, but I would love some audience participation. I'm a little nervous to go first, so just help me out if you can. I think you'll catch on pretty quick, and this will come back a few times throughout. So, you say it's gotta be this way, it's gotta be this way. I'm an idea that you're scared of, it's gotta be this way. Gotta be this way. And I am an idea that you're scared of. It's gotta be this way. It's gotta be this way. I am an idea that you're scared of. It's lock on the prison door and hold yourself in. You build up these walls to keep society pure, forgetting how you got in. How did this begin? How did this begin? I come from exile and famine. I come from labor and strife. You say I'm an idealist, but it's not that idealistic. Doing what keeps you alive, we do what keeps us alive. We do what keeps us alive. You say it's gotta be this way, it's gotta be this way. I'm an idea that you're scared of. It's gotta be this way, it's gotta be this way. I'm an idea that you're scared of. And out where I come from, we've never had much. But no one will feast while another goes hungry. But here only some have enough. You throw extravagant parties at profiteer homes, while the rest of your comrades you push to the margins. If they speak up, send in the military drones. How is this your home? I feel so alone. How is this your home? It feels so alone. And if you make me a thing to be scared of and keep me a whole planet away, well, you can use me, manipulate anger, and say things have to be this way. We have to keep them at bay. We gotta keep it this way. But when you see me, how does it change when I'm breathing? Standing before you, blood coursing through my veins. I am an idea that you're scared of. And I am an idea that you're scared of. I am the welfare queen. And I am the trans girl on your kid's high school team. And I'm the refugee mother who lives down the street. I'm the criminal father who stole something for his baby to eat. And I'm the one who sleeps in your doorway. And I'm the one out here shivering at night. And I am the student who yells, nothing can justify starvation. And you know goddamn well that I'm right. And I am the one in the prison cell. You say I'm doing my time. You can't pretend that the walls are there to keep me inside them, but you know they're there to keep you in line. So just stay in your line. Just stay in your line. You say it's gotta be this way, it's gotta be this way. And I'm an idea that you're scared of. It's gotta be this way, it's gotta be this way. And I'm an idea that you're scared of. It's gotta be this way, it's gotta be this way. And I'm an idea that you're scared of. It's gotta be this way, it's gotta be this way. So you can use me, manipulate anger, and say your fear is justified. But can you see the lives you've been denied? Can you see the lives you've been denied? Can you see the lives you've been denied? Can you see the lives?
Taking Laurel, everybody. I think that's such a beautiful setup to the show because it really, that song just digs in so deeply to the heart of what science fiction helps us do, right? As readers, it is often referred to in the vein of literary critic Darko Suvin as the literature of ideas, right? It operates on this principle of cognitive estrangement. So by just making something a little bit different than our own world, it helps us think more deeply about the issues and other situations that trouble our own times. And like, keep in mind, this was written like 50 years ago. This was written 50 years ago, and this book is still so deeply relevant now, as that song points out to us. Amazing that science fiction sticks with us for this long. And that's why, right? When it's good, it stays with you. Any good book stays with you, as I'm sure you all know because you are here with us tonight. Now, our next performer is someone who's been around with the Bushwick set for quite a long time, but I'm going to read you the bio that he gave me because it's funny. Michael almost lost a foot in 4th grade and hopes to one day visit Adelaide, Australia. He tried to write 100 bad songs in 2024, and he got halfway there. Fun fact, Michael is also the force behind the Bushwick Bookseller Subcommittee that helps select the Mainstage themes this season. And I know that he is a person who deeply loves this book, so I'm going to let him take it away and tell you about his inspiration for his song tonight. Everybody, please give it up for Michael Wallenfels.
Thank you, Sailor. Hey, everybody. It's good to be here with you. I was just talking with some of the other musicians backstage about just how cool it is that we're all coming together to celebrate this book. I know Bushwick does that every time they have a show, but this book is really special. For those of you who read it, I'm sure you understand. So for this song, I set out to write a folk song. When I was reading this book and getting ready to write, I've been listening to a lot of folk and a lot of black metal, and I thought folk was the way to go. So I went with folk. And then the question is, okay, what's the folk song material that's in this book? And there's a really, so many parts of this book really stick with you, but there's a section early in Shevik's life where there's not a lot that the folks on their planet are required to do. But one of the things they are required to do, at least in Shevik's youth, was to participate in an effort to plant a forest on their planet because it's a desert planet and they need those resources. So they have to spend, I think it's like 6 months working on this afforestation project. And so the idea behind this song is the kind of song they might sing while they work together. And one of the things that's so great about their community is the spirit of community that they do have. The subtitle of this book, An Ambiguous Utopia, is like really appropriate because there is something very romantic about the way they live, but also very unromantic. They're not happy all the time. They get frustrated, they get bored, they get listless, they get angry, just like anybody. But the other thing that I want to say is I'm really excited to have Wes playing with me on this song. When I was getting together, right? When I was thinking that it was a folk song, I reached out to Wes and was like, hey, if the Mando feels right, it feels appropriate for a song like this. So I'm really grateful that you joined in. So this song is called Odo's Seeds. And it was funny writing lyrics for this because one of the things that's interesting about this book is that the folks on their planet don't really have language around ownership. They have language for the concepts of like a propertarian and things like that. But you'll hear a lot of words about planting seeds. And I originally had it as my seeds and your seeds, but then it didn't feel right. That's not really the way they think. So I think I've said enough, and we're going to dive in here. Work with me to work this land, what can we provide? Take my hand and plant these trees together. Sit by me hand in hand, working side by side. One of these days we'll share these trees forever.
valley. Cover and keep all those seeds buried safe and warm. Old friend, new friend, sound out the tally. Taking our hands, planting these trees together in the storm. One, two, three, and four buried underground. Take my hand and plant these trees together. 5, 6, 7 more buried safe and sound. One of these days we'll share these trees forever. Old wind, new wind, blow down the valley. Cover and keep all those seeds buried in the plain. Old friend, new friend, sound out the tally. Taking our hands, planting these trees together in the rain. Old wind, new wind, blow down the valley. Cover and keep all those seeds we buried one by one. Old friend, new friend, sound out the tally. Taking our hands, planting these trees together in the sun.
Thank you, Wes.
Going for Michael Wallenfels, accompanied by Wes Waddell, Bushwick's Associate Director. All right. So I think you're getting the hang of it, yeah? How's this feeling for you new folks? You having a nice time? Enjoying some tunes, thinking some deep thoughts about space and our planet too, both at the same time? That's cognitive estrangement right there. You're practicing it right now. Now, I told you before Michael went on that he was part of the subcommittee that helped plan out Bushwick's season. So let me tell you a little bit about the theme of the shows this year. So there's one of these Bushwick Book Club events every month, and the theme is Escape Plan. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous art back there. Now, the next show in this season of books that are all about escapes, right? And how we choose to get away from our day-to-day, which could be as far as the reaches of outer space, or maybe it's just a different state, or maybe it's just the beach. So on 12/6, there's Ink Aloud, which is a collaboration with local authors. On January 10th, if you have read James by Percival Everett and you're in on that craze, maybe it was part of another book club that you were in, then that's the show for you, and join us here for that. Or maybe the kind of book club you're in is dedicated purely to romance. That's okay. We've got that for you too. You could join us on Valentine's Day for Emily Henry's Beach Read. So there's a little something to suit everybody's flavor of escape this season. We hope we'll see you at another Bushwick show. But for now, are you all ready to see our next artist? Well, that's good, because she's already here. So, next up for you tonight is Where's Beth, which is the musical moniker of songwriter, poet, and ghostwriter Sarah Beth Wesley. She just relocated from New York City to Seattle in 2024 and just released her first full-length record, Bone Broth. She's been with a couple of Bushwick shows before, doing the Book of Delights recently this season and The Devil's Highway in a previous season. Everybody, please give it up for Where's Beth.
Hello. I really loved this book, and I'm going to keep this pretty short because I put a lot of words in my song. It's a bit longer than usual. But there was a line when Shevek, if I'm saying that right, was comparing a human life to a planet. And throughout the book, there's the imagery of Anaris. There's so much suffering, and there's so much really familiar human pain and mundanity and also joy. And I think he says it directly, and you also get the impression that it's just not covered over the way it is on Eurus, and so in the same way, it's shared. The suffering and the joy is shared more. And he's comparing a human life to a planet and says that, like a planet, a human life, when viewed from far away, is always really beautiful. But up close, a planet is dust and rock, and up close, a life is a hard job. And that was such a beautiful line to me. I really connected with it on a personal, emotional level. And so I wrote a song trying to occupy that space of what it's like to really plant my feet and ground myself in the reality of life being a hard job and not cover that over, and also the joy that can open up. So I wrote this from the perspective of Shevek to his daughter. You feel it coming on in the moonrise, like a sharp rock digging at your side. Homesick for, but do you realize that this whole world is gonna pull you down? You can set your feet in the soft grass. You can lay your head in my chest. Move with the river, not against. But this whole world is gonna pull you down. War rages on the other side, but you won't hear it. Hummingbird travels through the night, but you won't see it. Happy in the morning, despondent in the evening. It's all the same. Doing your best to be patient for what's coming round the bend. Whether fulfillment or disappointment, it's all the same. Strange river of time, strange river. Baby, if you flew up into the sky, you'd see our life together like a planet shine. But from where we stand, you and I are dust and rock and compromise. I could comfort you with a sad song, let you know you're not alone. Walking not knowing where you're going, losing the pattern, picking up your toes. Losing the pattern, picking up your toes. Losing the pattern. keep you from harm. Finger to your wrist, arm to arm. Wanna hold you like you're mine, but you're a part of this whole world. Sharp planet moon shining in the sky. You look beautiful tonight.
Keep it going for Where's Beth, everybody. One of my favorite things about being a part of these Bushwick Book Club shows is hearing a little bit about the artist's inspiration and the things that they took away from the novel that they decided to transform into a song. Now, maybe you found yourself when you're reading a sci-fi book asking the question, how on earth did this person come up with this thing? And I'm going to tell you that if they happen to be a local sci-fi writer or any other kind of speculative fiction, it might be because of our event partner tonight, Clarion West. If you have not heard of Clarion West is an organization that's a 501c3 that supports emerging and underrepresented voices by providing writers with world-class instruction to empower their creation of wild and amazing worlds. Through conversation and public engagement, they bring those voices to an ever-expanding community of readers. So if you want to learn more about how people get started writing sci-fi, or maybe you want to start writing it yourself, you can visit our friends at Clarion West when we get to our intermission. But for right now, we have more music inspired by science fiction for you. So I would like to introduce you to our next artist tonight. Michael Owcharuk happens to be a composer and pianist who's plenty busy around the region, spending most of his time accompanying at the PNB school. You'll get to hear him play tonight, and you do not have to do ballet while he does it. But I might over in the corner, way, way, way out of sight. Everybody, please put your hands together and welcome Michael Owcharuk.
All right. Thank you very much. So great to be here. I love this book. I love Ursula Le Guin. I think she's becoming my favorite author. I've been reading a lot of her, actually, after finishing this for the second time. And one of the things I think that she's really good at is giving you all the great things that you want in a novel. You know, drama, conflict, love, interests, space battles, which not so much in this book, but other ones in the cycle of the Hainish cycle, which this is part of. And then also putting in all the really great social and interpersonal issues of the time. And I think the way that's melded is really amazing. The inspiration for this, for what I'm going to play for you tonight is in the Dispossessed, and Ursula Le Guin in general, is how she speaks about music and how musical her writing is, how lyrical it is. And there's two things I'd love to read for you. One is, three things, all right. So this is in the exposition of the book. So art was not, and talking about how the Arasti, right, the Arasti were on the moon. Is that right? Other way around, right, and Arasti were on the moon. How they considered art, right, this kind of anarchical society and stuff like that, and is art egoism or not, and in their conversations. Art was not considered as having a place in life, but as being a basic technique of life, like speech. And then it goes on, Shavik's kind of doing a bunch of stuff. It was not until the second year in Averley that he discovers at last his art, the art that is made out of time, and he's talking about music. And then finally, Shevik is talking to Salas, his friend that kind of like, he's a weird composer or something, he's kind of going a little crazy and having a hard time, and Shevik's trying to console him. And he goes, you write music. Music is a cooperative art, organic by definition, social. It may be the noblest form of social behavior we're capable of. It's certainly one of the noblest jobs an individual can undertake. And by its nature, by the nature of any art, it's a sharing. I love that. I think it's great. So There's also another thing in this and some of the other Hainish novels that's mentions about what their music would sound like, and it's never described, which is kind of Ursula Le Guin's thing. I read a prologue in a different book where she is like, I just make shit up sometimes, and it's up to you to figure out what that means. I think that's wonderful. You know, like the Ansible, if you get into the Hainish cycle, it's this communication device. She's like, yeah, I made that word up. You figure out what the science is. Anyway, but there's something that's mentioned a few times here and in other books. The prime harmonies is like kind of the music of the Odonians. And I was like, prime harmonies. There's no description. What would that be like? And I'm like, well, okay, harmonic series, if there's any music nerds here. Two things, harmonic series and the harmonic lattice. Harmonic series, you'll hear it in a second. The first part of this tune is like a meditation upon that. It's how you would build, how tones are built in nature, and our music reflects that very much. And then the harmonic lattice is the map of all major and minor chords and the different pathways that you could take to get from one to another. So that'll be kind of exploration of the first part of the song. And then the second part is kind of just a little soundtrack for when Shevik is thinking about Takvar as he's on the road, you know, because she went out to a far region and he took a posting somewhere else, and he's just like sitting in that truck with a dude thinking about her and their daughter. All right, here we go. No words, I don't sing. Nobody wants to hear me sing. Thank you very much, folks.
Michael Owcharuk, everybody.
I love that we got a little brief lesson in music theory at the start of that performance, A. And I also really liked that because backstage we were all just double checking about how we pronounce the names of planets and languages and such in this book. And I was joking that the excellent thing about the internet is that there are a bunch of linguists who really, really love to break down languages in science fiction books. And then Michael just did that for like the musical language of this book, and that blew my mind, and I loved that. I love that. You people are nerds, and I really appreciate that about you. I appreciate that about you. And speaking of nerds, Wes, do you want to come hang out? Wes Waddell, everybody, Bushwick's Associate Director. Do you want my mic? I'll take this.
Very good. Oh, thank you, Sailor. Best introduction I've ever had. I'm Wes Waddell. I am the Associate Director and Quizmaster of Bushwick Northwest, a 501c3 nonprofit that puts these on, delivering literature, music, and songwriting to the Seattle community while building the next generation of musicians and readers. I am a mostly 6 foot tall, skinny white guy with got my pandemic facial hair, and I'm wearing my first edition Bushwick I Heart Books shirt designed by Michael Wallenfels, who I just had the pleasure of playing mandolin with. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your ticket purchase. We are also a member organization. If you want to keep doing this and pay less for tickets, you can do that by becoming a member. In addition to these Mainstage shows, a show every month from September to June, we also have numerous partner organizations or partner opportunities. We partner with Seattle Arts and Lectures. We partner with Jack Straw Cultural Center. For the second year in a row, we'll be traveling to Bellingham in March for Whatcom Reads. We have an alum from that partnership on the bill tonight. And we run an education program, Style, Songwriting through Youth Literature Education. We go into schools, we take things that students are reading, we talk to them about inspiration and storytelling. All this happens, and it's a funny time for nonprofit arts funding. So we just wanted to share a little bit about what we do and invite you to learn more about the organization at the break, if you feel like it. Another way you can support us is by bidding on a signed poster from tonight's event, signed by all of the performers tonight. All of our season artwork comes from Barbie Statman this year. Again, we're so lucky to have Barbie. This came up last year, so I'll mention it again. The rules of the silent auction or the conventions go this way. The number you put down should be higher than the one before you. We had a little moment where the curve got a little wiggly last year, so I just wanted to offer that to everybody now. And one of our newest member traditions is that members, including anyone who joins the evening of a show, at the conclusion can come up on stage and take a book from the member bookshelf. You can take any book that's here except my copy of The Dispossessed. Very good. Yes, so come visit the tables. A lot of the artists have merch. They would love your support as well. You can get buttons. You can sign up for the quiz. You can learn more about Clarion West, our partner organization for tonight. Can we get a big hand for Clarion West and all they do in the world of speculative fiction? And I just wanted to say that. So thank you again for being here, and thanks for anything you can do to help art persist in your community.
Thank you so much, Wes. Everybody, Wes Waddell. All right, we have one more artist for you before you get to go and then remember all of the things that Wes just told you about when we hit intermission. And at this point, I would like to introduce you to Christine Gunn. Christine is the founding member of the acoustic trio Trillion Green. She has accompanied hundreds of bands and orchestras and played in musical theater pits, accompanied singer-songwriters. She has done it all, both live and recorded. And she's been working for the last 3 years as a duet with Reggie Garrett, local musician, if you know Reggie Garrett. And their first album was released in October. You may have seen her at a couple of past Bushwick events for Mouse and for I Sing the Salmon Home. And she and Reggie, by the way, have a release party coming up on November 29th at the Royal Room. You would have probably heard their collaboration on the title track, The Road Taken, at a past Bushwick event for Blue Highways back in 2023. So if some of you remember that, you're going to hear some familiar sounds when Christine takes it away in just a moment. Everyone, give it up for Christine Gunn.
Ooh, there we go. Hi there. I love Ursula K. Guin. This was a book that's been on my reading list for a while, and I just hadn't had the motivation to finish it. So thank you, Bushwick Book Club. I was very happy to finally read it. There's a lot to be inspired by, and since I'm playing something instrumental, I have a tendency to get overly ambitious, and of course I wanted to score the entire book, which would have taken about, I think I could have done about like a 3-hour piece for this one. But I narrowed the focus. And the thing that really struck me as the most kind of poetic and beautiful thing about the book is the idea that your world is my moon, and my world is your moon, which is just a lovely symbol anyway, and an interesting way to tell a story. So our main character, Shivak, while in some ways could seem like such a cold theorician physicist, he's a bit of a romantic too, and I think the way he sees the other world is romantic, and the way he sees his own world is somewhat romantic. And so I was inspired by the idea of him leaving his world to see what he could do on another, and the way he finds himself in both places. And so it's all instrumental. You can decide what it means for yourself, too. Okay. I don't need this.
Christine Gunn, everybody. Thank you so much for that beautiful piece. Now, friends, we are about to head to our intermission. And let me just remind you that after intermission is when the quiz happens. And there's always a prize for participating in the quiz. So if you liked Wes's t-shirt, you just might be able to win one. So if you saw one of those little slips, you want to fill that out. And where do they put those? Where do they put the little slips, Wes? In the spittoon. I don't know where the spittoon is, but it does look like a spittoon. So you'll find it. Just don't actually spit in it. Just put the slips in it, okay? So we're going to take a little 15-minute intermission, and we will see you back here for more music inspired by the Dispossessed. Thank you for joining us so far. We'll see you again in about 15.
So come on in and have a beer. Sit back, relax, you ain't got to fear. It's the selected pleasure establishment of the year. If you stumble on the town of Grove On, well, you better come on down. 'Cause the people flock just to come and talk to the best proprietor around. So come on in and have a beer. Sit back, relax, you ain't got to fear. It's the selected pleasure establishment of the year. Yes, the Medicine Lodge is the select pleasure establishment of the year.
Are they just being coy? Do they really mean what they say? Is this a test? If it is, I'll do my very best, 'cause that's how I operate. How do you pick an animal costume when you don't know how it's gonna play? How do you choose when the world is your oyster? How to be bold but not scare them away? How do you choose a suit that'll suit you to set yourself up for success? Lots to consider, and I'm betting to allow for heavy petting, I'll need something with easy access. A lion might be kinda boring, and a bunny might be too passé. So, animal not important, I just gotta ask you, do you really mean what you say? It's quite intriguing. that day? Probably. Will we do it out of doors? I think just to make sure I'm gonna layer on the Scotchgard spray. What do they really want? Will it be catcalls or primal grunts? If I'm a bull, will they be counting on me to do the mountain? But what if I wanna be in front? Would we do it out in the open or conveniently tucked away? So Fuzzy does it. I just gotta ask you, do you really mean what you say? It's driving me crazy. Maybe a cow, maybe a rat, wonder what you'd think of that. Or a penguin or a gull, now those all sound rather dull. A beaver with the fever for a public dirty deed, or a little turkey jerky might be what you really need. Are a porcupine's quills the kind of pricks that give you thrills? If I show up as a camel, how many humps can you handle? If I go as a flamingo, we could speak some cunning lingo. Your ad didn't say boy or girl. If you have nuts, I'll be a squirrel. Should I practice my wolven howl or focus on my donkey bray? So animal not important, I just gotta ask you, do you really mean what you say? Don't overthink this. If I play chicken, we'll be cursed to argue over who came first. Perhaps a horny toad would help reduce your load, or I could find a suit in buckskin. And there's always Teddy Ruxpin for an entendre that's not wussy. I could show up as a cat. Is a gorilla like, oh my god, so vanilla? Would you prefer the style of the dog? An emu or a dodo, definitely not the Geico gecko. I'll lure you back to my pad as a frog. I could hang out like a horse. You'd show me yours first, though, of course. If we're being on the ball, a peacock really isn't small. If I'm really in a jam, I could be a bearded clam. Oh, there's too many options, hot damn. A panda might get kinda bulky, and a unicorn's a tad cliche. I mean, don't you think? So animal not important, I just gotta ask, do you really mean what you say? How about a Wookiee? Do you really mean what you say? Let's get some nookie. Do you really mean what you say?
Born to a world I don't understand. No one willing to lend me a hand. Am I alone or am I one of a kind? The victim of a senseless crime. Sights and sounds I've never seen or heard before. This wretchedness I've grown to bore. Don't know what I am or what I'm meant to be, but you made a monster out of me. Am I not what you expected? Did I not reflect a pleasing view? Am I not what you once wanted? How did I deform the kindness in you? There was a time when I saw the good in everyone. I used to smile at all the joy to be seen. There was a time when I saw the good in everything. You made a monster out of me. No mother's love to nurture me through this cursed form that I am reduced to. No father's words to help make me see that you made a monster out of me, a monster out of me.
Kicked me out of the clubhouse. They didn't like my game ideas, but rearranging all the furniture is fun. Making pretend chocolate cake is also fun. Making them pretend to be my little dogs is so fun. Kick, bam, boom, it's all they do. Kung, dumb fu. And fireworks are dangerous, I told them they are dangerous. They kicked me out again. They kicked me out of the clubhouse. They didn't like my movie choice, but Laura Ingalls is a stand-up individual who grapples with the day-to-day of being a pioneer girl. I had to yell this information up to them. Kick, bam, boom, it's all they do. Kung, dum, fu. And cigarettes are bad for them, I told them I would tell on them. They kicked me out again. Gonna go and play with Margaret. Gonna organize our school supplies. Gonna take them out and put them back in boxes. No, we don't use them, are you crazy? Margaret also gives me back rubs. And I give her back rubs too. This new life is really working out for me. It's a dream come true. Mom found out about the back rubs, now I'm all alone in hell. Kick, bam, boom on the walls of my room. Kung fu's kind of fun. They let me back in the clubhouse. They really seem to like me now. Sure this doesn't have to do with my new boobs. I'm sure this doesn't have to do with my new tube top. Jason also gives me back rubs, short ones. Kiss, bam, boom, it's all we do. Kung, fun, food. I don't like that girl Justine, I don't think she should come around. They kick me out again.
I'm making my moon catch a net. The moon is what I'm gonna get. That shimmering rock, it'll be money in my pocket, that thing will belong to me, yes. The world has a great many fools with no courage to break any rules. They'll watch it at home while I catch that stone and wear it around like a jewel. I'll do it post-haste, there's no time to waste. I'm tired and through being cool. I'll get my moon. I'll bet you make a net to go up and get yours too. Everything's fine on the ground. There's plenty of love to be found. I like all that stuff, but it's not quite enough, and that's why I've been looking around and keeping my eye on the sun, so I'll know when my moment has come. I'll throw up my net when it sets in the west and shoot for the moon like a gun. My crew will be proud when I shoot through the clouds, and the rest of the world will be stunned. I'll get my moon. I'll bet you make a net to go up and get a 1-2. Oh yeah. I'll bet you make a net to go up and get a 1-2. Oh yeah. You know I bet you make a net so you can go up and get a 1-2. Oh yeah, you know I bet you make a net so you can go up and get yours too.
In the beginning, when man created God, he made his own image with a staff and a rod for comfort and love on that shadowy walk through the valley of gathering dark, that valley of gathering dark. Heaven waits for those they say who suffer day by day by day, and that it seems explains away why bloodshed and war remain, why bloodshed and this war remain. Then men invent a different line. Their fear of death as life's true design. And violence and fury will overcome kind and leave her for dead by and by. Just leave her for dead by and by.
Inspiration from the page, now translated for the stage. It don't matter what your age is, all the ages, right here at the Bushwick Book Club.
All right, welcome back. Happy intermission. Hope you learned a little bit about something you didn't know, or those of you at home. Took a little walk around the house. It's quiz time. Since 2012, Bushwick shows have had a quiz after intermission. You do not have to have read the book to participate or to succeed. In fact, having read the book probably won't help you. So what's going to happen? We're going to draw 3 names out of the spittoon. If your name is drawn, come on up and await further instruction from, can we get a hand for our host tonight, Sailor St. Clair? Yeah, all right, so prizes, what we're playing for. Third place tonight, everyone gets to take a book off the shelf. Right. Third place tonight gets a tote bag. You cannot be a respectable arts organization without a tote bag. Yes. Second place gets last year's shirt. Band book season was our 15th anniversary season in 2024-2025. It's got all of the titles from last year on the back, like a tour. Yeah, if that's not your size, talk to one of us afterward. First place in the quiz gets a print of their choice from last season. Yes, Barbie Statman's artwork. All right, here we go. If we call your name, come on up and await further instruction. Sailor will have you write your name on an index card for our high-tech scoring system. Sherilyn. Can we get a hand for Eric Lane Barnes, who's going to make it just that much better? All right. Sakuna. Gwen Colwell, or Caldwell, Gwen. All right. Okay, we're good. I should have done this before we got up here, but everybody did get it right. So we're all on the same page. The question that was at least the barrier to entry here was, which planet is not mentioned in the book? A, Anaris, B, Urus, C, Hain, D, Planet of the Apes. Anyone? Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, D. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I got it. That's great. Okay. All right. So, you're just going to come up in the order you were picked. You're going to speak your answer into that microphone. First person to 3 is first place. We will play till everyone gets there. Our topic tonight. Yeah, that's you, Jeff. Executive Director Jeff Larson, everybody. All right. Yes, right. Anaris is the anarchist planet. So tonight's quiz topic is anarchist or banker? Anarchist or banker. Each of these is a name from either the American Anarchist or the American Banker page on Wikipedia. See you at the end. All right. First up, Bert Todd.
Banker.
Oh, that's correct. Wow. Well done. Bert Todd was instrumental in the start of Bhutan's stamp issuing program. All right. Very good. Aaron Barron.
Anarchist.
That's correct. And we're only 2 questions in, and we got our first look back there. Like that will help you. It won't. Very good. Cindy Crabb.
Baker.
Nope. Cindy Crabb, this American anarchist, created the zine Doris. Any fans? No? Very good. Okay. All right. Mifflin Wister Gibbs.
Banker.
That's correct.
published the first black newspaper in California as well. There you go. All right. Brenda Vineyard Runyon.
Can you repeat that?
Yes, I can. Brenda Vineyard, spelled like that, Runyon.
Anarchist.
Alas, no, Brenda Vineyard Runyon was the founder and director of the First Women's Bank of Tennessee, the first bank in the U.S. to be managed and directed entirely by women. Go Banks? Is that was? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Maybe step down a little bit, center section. Remember what we've been hearing tonight. All right. Very good. Gwen. Bart Laban.
Anarchist.
Incorrect. Bart Laban also won a seat in the Alaska House of Representatives by 1 vote in 2018. Yeah, this could be, you could win with this right here. Harold Barclay.
Anarchist.
Correct. Good. I really thought a name as prep school as that was going to throw you, but no, Harold Barclay has at least 1 book published by Seattle's Left Bank Books. Congratulations. You can just stare at them. You can take a book off the shelf, whatever's the best theater. No, you're not done. You all are not done. No. And yes, all right. So kind of, Crispin Gallagher Sartwell.
Banker.
Nope. Retired from the Dickinson College Philosophy Department in 2023. Okay. We need to get you on the board, Gwen. Murray Bookchin.
Banker.
Nope. Wrote a groundbreaking essay called Ecology and Revolutionary Thought that introduced environmentalism as a concept in radical politics. You comparing notes? You got a strategy? You got this sorted? Very good. Okay. I got a lot of these, so all right. Jane Grace Alexander.
Banker.
Correct. It's the first woman banker in New Hampshire. Gwen. Louise Olivero.
Anarchist.
Correct. Woo! Worked in the Seattle IWW office. There you go. All right. Dolly G.
Anarchist.
No. It's the first woman bank manager in the U.S. in San Francisco. Fox Henderson.
Banker.
Correct. Ammon Ashford Hennessy.
Banker.
No.
What?
But Ammon Ashford Hennessy did establish the Joe Hill House of Hospitality in Salt Lake City, and he practiced something Wikipedia refers to as tax resistance. I have a guess of what that is, but there was no link for me to click.
I mean, isn't tax resistance a form of anarchy?
Yeah, indeed. Mortimer N. Buckner. The N may or may not be important.
Banker.
That's correct. Came from behind. Served, yes, feel free. It's you till we get there. But first, I need to remind people that Mortimer N. Buckner served as president and chairman of the board of New York Trust Company, New York Clearinghouse, and the National Credit Corporation. Okay. Yeah, that's 3 good ones, huh? All right. Richie. Perhaps Richie?
I think it's Richie Rich.
No. This is Richie.
Banker.
That's correct. Also owns racehorses, including one named, all one word, Fat Cat in the Hat. Feel free to visit the shelf. You can see me down here momentarily for the rest of your prizes. Audience, one for you, John Yurtchuk. Banker. So, all right, two for you. Cassius Cook. No, goodness gracious. Yeah, this is associate of Emma Goldman. All right, for the win, third time's the charm, Herman Natwick. Yeah, as a banker. Oh my goodness. All right, thank you all for playing the quiz. Eric Lane Barnes on the accompaniment. Thanks to Sherilyn, Sakuna, and Gwen. Back to you, Sailor.
Thank you, Wes. See, remember earlier, we really did want to emphasize that reading the book would not help you with this quiz. And we're correct, yes? Agree? Reading Wikipedia, however, would have really helped you with this quiz. Though we wouldn't have been able to tell you in advance which Wikipedia pages to read, therefore sending you on an hours-long hyperfixation cruise through the internet, which might have caused you to miss this show. And that's the theory of time. So I'm glad you wound up here instead. All right, are you folks ready for some more original tunes inspired by this awesome book, The Dispossessed? Did anybody read, did you have little conversations about it at intermission? You talked to your friends who hadn't read it? You inspired them to go and order the audiobook on Libby so that they can get it from their local library? Or you all went and showed everybody your favorite bookstore, independent bookstore links, and you all ordered it and put it in your cart, and you're going to go pick it up tomorrow from third place? That's what you're all doing, right? That's what your Sunday is? Just going on a little indie bookstore tour. Awesome. I love that for you. And I love that you're all here connecting with us over music inspired by books. So we have some more incredible artists to bring to the stage for you right now. This next group, amazing. We love a group. We love to have a little bit more action up on this stage every now and again. This next group has been with us at a few past Bushwick events. I love when they are here because they absolutely rock. They are an alternative Arab rock group whose songs are in both Arabic and English. They're inspired by Arab angst, and they celebrate those dedicating themselves to making the world a better place, which just seems right on brand for this book. So everybody, please put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Kuwaisiana.
Hi, everyone. We are Kuwaisiana. Very excited to be here, see some familiar faces. We were inspired by sci-fi for quite a while and haven't had a real opportunity to explore it in a kind of direct way. But it's kind of like through solar punk. So a lot of people online were talking about solar punk, and it seemed like a really cool idea. And Ursula's name is mentioned oftentimes as one of the founders of, this thing that some people think is like a new thing. But it's really not that new. So reading the book, it was just amazing to actually go through the process of reading something that wasn't like a short fiction or like flash fiction, which a lot of solar punk is. What we really latched onto is, well, actually, one of the things that I started to do as I was reading the book is reading other books. So Ursula wrote a book about writing, which is really great, just like for authors and editors, and got a sense of how she thinks about writing and language. Her most recent book, I think it came out, I don't know, a few weeks or months ago, is about her cats, different cats that she's owned in her life. That's not relevant to this song, but you all should know that. She loved cats. But the part that really kind of became a core is like some of these kind of like feminist critiques of the dispossessed, and I started to as we kind of went through the chapters, latch on to some of the female representations of Tekvir and the mother, who was like this cold figure in his life because of the way that the society is created. So we really like this idea of having a baby inside you, but being inside the baby, which is a line that Tekvir mentions. And I never thought I would write a song where I can say something like that. So it's very liberating to kind of imagine in a metaphoric way that, there's a baby inside me, and it's like this beacon of hope, but then you're also inside that baby as, it's your creation, and that's how we think about a lot of the songs that we put together and stuff, but obviously it's not biological. So before I ramble on too much, thank you so much for coming out again. Thank you for all the instrumentalists and composers and songwriters. It was a really incredible evening, and we're looking forward to a few more after us. This song is tentatively called Blockade.
Breath on the mirror unfolds a light. Art and science, my guide in the night. My active mind just won't belong. No central left grinds to a halt. Now I know a baby's inside of me, halfway through the hall to serve their greed. That's innovation, they gotta give it away. They'll hear you through the walls, they'll hear you dream. These stressful times, Clorox in my eye. Time to a halt, waiting for orders. Their feeble kind set clocks behind, only resistant themselves to the night. I'm inside the baby inside of me. Dual exile in between. I'm inside the baby inside of me. They can hear you through the wall, they can hear you scream. You gotta give it away, give it away.
Keep it going for Kuwaisiana, everybody.
Thank you so much, everyone. We want to send a special thank you to anyone who's helped us find a new drummer. We're going to be playing with a new drummer on the December 7th at Belltown Yacht Club. So please come out. Thank you so much, Taylor.
Nice. That's actually an awesome segue, because I was already planning to tell you folks that, hey, if you wanted to know more about what the musicians in tonight's show are up to, either in the future, or you want to just learn about like what albums they've already got out, where you can find more about them, Bushwick Book Club has a digital program that you can scan this QR code and get right now, or you can check it out after the show. We'll have that up available for you, so you can learn all about all the awesome people that you have heard play tonight and learn where you can find them next. Maybe also you were inspired by some of the language in this novel. You were thinking a little bit about the quiz and, how can you put those two things together, like language and puzzles? Well, the good news for you is that every month there is a custom crossword puzzle for the Bushwick Book Club title of that month, and it's created by Bushwick's own Amy Zoe, and you can download that at this QR code as well. So if you like a little brain teaser on Sunday, maybe after you go pick up a copy of The Dispossessed at your favorite local bookstore tomorrow, and then you read it all in one sitting, if you can do that, I'm very impressed with you. And then you want to do the little crossword about it, there it is. You can test your knowledge. But for right now, we've got more music for you. So I would like to introduce you to someone you've kind of already met, which is Mr. Eric Lane Barnes over there playing on the keys. And Eric is accompanied, it's Paul, right? It's Paul. Eric is accompanied by Paul, whom I know nothing about.
I'm Mrs. Eric Lane Barnes.
Okay. Well, I will let these two take it away and tell you a little bit about their relationship to the book and what they're going to do for you tonight. But if you like what Eric has going on, he's got a Substack, so you can check that out. Please give it up for Eric Lane Barnes and Mrs. Eric Lane Barnes.
Thank you. I'm Eric Lane Barnes, and I am a white man with a white beard. And I am overdressed in a very fancy style and a very flashy jacket and very sparkly shoes because I represent, what planet am I?
Urus.
I represent Urus. And my partner in crime, Paul Rosenberg, is very plainly dressed in a black and white attire because he represents Anaris. And he is my husband, and we've been together for 34 years. And boy, does the time fly. Couple things I'm going to say. This is my favorite Ursula Guin book, and I've read a number of her books. And I know that Left-Handed Darkness gets a lot of love. It's a great book, but this really spoke to me. And when I read it in my mid-20s, it was the first time that I realized capitalism isn't the answer. And it was the first time that it was set in front of me in plain English. And I went, oh my God, have I been lied to my entire life? The answer is yes, I have been. So I've read the book 3 times, and I love it. I recommend it to anyone, if you've read Ursula Guin or not. It's beautiful prose, it's beautiful writing, and she does what I think a good science fiction author does best. She uses internal conflict to describe what happens in life. So, I mean, yes, it's this planet and the moon and, Ansible and spaceships and everything, but it's really about capitalism versus socialism, and she does it in such a beautiful way. And kind of, Michael started us with music theory. I'm going to do a little bit here. There are 2 chords in this. Here's the one chord, and here's another chord. Actually, this chord and this chord. And as I was writing this chords said to me, I need these to be in the song. And then I realized these are very much like the chords in Tron, which was written by Wendy Carlos, who is a fantastic composer. I think she's 86 years old. First, as far as I know, trans composer of note. So anyway, Paul is Anaris. I am Urus. And here we go.
Together our hands
lavish and resplendent, permit us to titillate your senses. Gleaming towers, towering trees, golden candies, costly teas. Our company will cover these expenses. Sniff these, taste this, feel this on your wrist. Never mind the riots in the street. Listen to this music box. Look, the fireworks have begun. Just ignore the poor. Here, toss them these sweets. This fine, rare wine is impossible to find. Drink it down and smash your crystal glass. Damn this demonstration, don't let's spoil our celebration. Welcome to the Erasti upper class. Welcome to lavish and resplendent, permit us to titillate your senses. Gleaming towers, towering trees, golden candies, costly teas. Our company will cover these expenses. Sniff this, taste this, feel this on your wrist. Never mind the riots in the street. Listen to this music box. Look, the fireworks have begun. Just ignore the poor. Here, toss them this. This freedom is real. This fine, rare wine is impossible to steal. Drink it down and smash your crystal glass. Damn this demonstration, don't let's spoil our celebration. Welcome to the Erasti upper class. We've so much to tell you, we've so much to sell you, we've so much to show you. Please don't go. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Keep it going for Eric and Paul, everybody. When does your musical drop? Like, when's opening? I want to be there.
I was just thinking, actually, this would make a fantastic opera.
Yes.
Who wants to write the libretto with me?
Anybody? Takers? I bet you'll find somebody here tonight, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I think Dispossessed is better than Dune.
Ooh. I feel like those are fighting words, probably, but what if we could just love all sci-fi? Like, what if we didn't have to rank them? I feel like we might be taking away the wrong answers if we think we need to make the books fight each other. You know, I'm not sure that's in the spirit. Now, I should also let you know that Eric also recently published a children's book, so I think books fighting is definitely not in the spirit of that, and it's cool. It's called The Museum of Really Interesting Things, so that's another thing you can look for at your local bookstore. Right now, I should also tell you that this is the last call for bids on the poster. So if you're thinking about checking out the silent auction, this is a little time while I'm talking to go sneak out there and try to swipe that away from somebody. Remember, the bids have to go up, they can't go down, right? You can't, it's not a Dutch auction, we're trying to raise money. So just thinking about that there. Bushwick has partnerships, as we were telling you about, not only with great organizations locally here in Seattle, like Clarion West, but they also perform other shows in partnership in other parts of Washington State. One of those is their partnership with Whatcom Reads. There will be another edition of that on March 13th up at Bellingham. The book of choice there is Javier Zamora's Solito. And our next artist tonight is making her Mainstage Bushwick debut. I qualify that with Mainstage because the last time that she performed with Bushwick was at a Whatcom Reads partnership event. So we're very happy to welcome her here tonight to the Mainstage in Seattle. She is a singer-songwriter and composer from Bellingham, Washington. She loves books about complex political systems, which is why she signed right up for this one. And at night, she's a musician who loves books, but her day job is complex bookkeeping. Different kind of book. Different kind of book. Everyone, please give a nice Seattle welcome to Sarah Gordon. Goodin. Excuse me.
Thank you so much. I'm so delighted to be here. I turned that on before it got plugged in. Get ready for a terrible noise. Okay, not too bad. That was not bad. Oh, isn't she pretty? This book almost cock-blocked me, actually. I was trying to hit on this fantastically beautiful woman at a bar, and all I could think of was this book. I've been talking about it obsessively since I read it. Luckily, she, the woman I was hitting on, also is reading it for her book club, so it totally worked out. Yes, thank you so much. Books should not cock-block people. I felt like every sentence was kind of restructuring my brain. Did you get that sense where I was like, oh, I have to write one song about this whole ass book? Okay, cool. And so it was, the first book that I wrote a song about was for Whatcom Reads. And I thought, there's no way I can write one song. So I actually ended up writing like 5 or 6 and then picked the best one and got to perform it. This one was no different. I wrote 3 songs. The first was a protest song. And then the second, I tried to be clever and play with time and time signatures. And it was very bad. It was very bad. And then I thought about, me reading this book, right? My experience reading this book. And so I was moved and driven to think about community living and like my future goals by this language and these stories that Ursula K came up with that like motivated like what I think of now as my future, coming up with cooperative and living situations. That's another story. But also while I was reading this book, I was like, why did you leave your children? My dude, you could do anything, That's the theory behind this book, is that there's freedom. And yes, we understand later that there's like populism and there's social pressure and there's all of these obligations that people do carry even within an anarchist place, but you're lonely, you're alone, you're separate. That's the beginning of this book. Your journey is so solemn and you feel so isolated by your relationship with your mother who wasn't there for you. And then you turn around and you perpetuate it. And sure, you've got great ideas, my guy, But I appreciated how complex and imperfect the main character was, we'll just say. And I appreciated the complexity of the book. So I wrote this song based off of Takver, and I call it, based off of her signature from one of their letters, all, always.
I never asked for you to stay or hold you down in any way. What else could I do if I loved you? This desperate world, our child to feed. Your dreams don't mean that much to me. After all, a hungry man isn't free. But I didn't stop you. I don't possess you. I do not need you. I only want. I won't deny you, but I can't rely on you. What else can I do? What else can I do? I'll write you letters, keep in touch. You've taught me not to ask for much. What else can I do if I love you? You talk of prison, of temporal limits. Your mind's in the physics, my feet on the ground. You teach transcendence. You hold yourself separate. You flee to the safety of your mind, while I stay and just survive. I never asked for you to stay. I knew you wouldn't anyway. But what else could you do? 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 What else could you do if you loved me too? Thank you.
Sarah Goodin, everybody. Thank you for coming down from Bellingham to play for us.
Thank you for having me.
I love to hear it. All right. I know a few of you got your bids in that silent auction for the poster, so I am pleased to tell you that if you are Noah Collins, you get to go home with it. Great. Excitement. Yay. Okay. We should be, we want to feel nice when people win stuff. So congrats, Noah. You got a poster. That's awesome. We're happy for you. We love that. All right, my friends, we have one more artist for you this evening, and she is certainly no stranger to Bushwick Book Club. Amanda Winterhalter fronts a dark Americana band based here in Seattle. It's a little 60s girl group, it's a little AM pop, it's a little gritty indie, and a little bluesy southern rock. So I think that gives you an idea of who we have before us and what she might sound like. Amanda has been at many, many, many Bushwick shows. Some of those include The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Omnivore's Dilemma, Bad Feminist, The Whole Ass Bible. It's not called The Whole Ass Bible, but it was the Bible, and it was all of it, so it's The Whole Ass Bible. And Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and a whole bunch more. And she is here tonight to offer her take on the Dispossessed. Please welcome Amanda Winterhalter.
Thank you. Can I have a little bit of tech help? I need to plug into power and plug my amp stuff in. turn it on yet, please. Hi, thank you for your patience. I'm Amanda Winterhalter. I'm a shortish woman wearing a dress that looks like a painter painted some flowers on it. And I'm holding a black electric guitar. And okay. I'm a big fan of Ursula K. Guin. I've read a few of her other sci-fi novels, and I think that she is an astonishing arranger of words. And I love how Michael Owcharuk was talking about the music of the book and the music of her writing, and how she organizes and arranges a thought. And my inspiration really came from Shevek as this outsider. He always felt different, always feels different from everyone. And he is this person in between worlds. He doesn't really know where he fits. And I just loved the sweepiness of the story. It starts from, we get to see him as a child grow and go through all the phases of life, jumping here and there in memory. And I just was really struck by how Le Guin wrote about an outsider living in a world that is supposed to like suppress ego for good reason, but also like how do you learn to love yourself and take care of yourself in that kind of a world, and then how do you then, as that kind of outsider, learn to love other people? And there's this beautiful scene, two beautiful scenes that I want to talk about. One, when he's kind of like in college and they're young and they're having this party with like kind of the meager foods and snacks and drinks. They've kind of brought some special things together to have this occasion. And the way that Le Guin describes it is like they're just at the point of the night when some couples were going off to copulate in the rooms, and then there was just this group of them left, and they're talking. Their faces are greasy from the fish and the food, and the cups are empty. There's fish bones, but there's hours until they need to clean up. And so they just talk and talk into the night. And then later, when Shevek is with Takver, they talk and talk into the night. And there's one night when the moon is shining in on them, and they kind of have this back and forth, and Shevek is kind of saying like, or the narrator, which is the moon and which is Takver, and holding the moon in your hands. And yeah, the romance, I think Christine was talking about how he's a romantic. And so this song is about a romance with self and romance with others. My secret love, I'm writing you letters that I'll never send. It's hard to find people who've been where you've been. I want to have a conversation. We can stay up all night, snack and drink our cups empty. Can we talk about time, about rhythm and harmony? Was your childhood happy?
my secret love. I'm hiding my feelings inside of my reasons. Remember the time you reached out when I need a conversation. We can't stay up all night, snack and drink our cups empty. Can we talk about time, about rhythm and harmony? We can't stay up all night, snack and drink our cups empty. Can we talk about time, about rhythm and harmony? Was your childhood happy? Thank you so much.
Keep it going for Amanda Winterhalter, everybody, who is also a member of the Cute White Ankle Boots Club tonight. Thank you all for joining us here this evening. Did you all have a good time listening to music inspired by great sci-fi? I'm so happy that you could all be a part of tonight and being here to support these incredible local artists. Now, we, of course, will give you the opportunity to say thank you to all of them, but before we do that, I want to say thank you to the people that you did not see tonight, which are our front of house sound person, so Cameron, our live stream tech, Dylan, our stagehand, Bjorn, our volunteers, Alex and Aaron, the whole Bushwick production team, Jeff Larson, Carrie Garvin, Drea Marilyn, who's doing double duty taking photos tonight, Emily Persha, Alicia Baker, and Wes Waddell. Our friends from the venue, Jason, Pepe, and Nat. And to all of the other behind-the-scene folks at Bushwick, our seasoned graphic designer, Barbie Statman, who's amazing art you'll see everywhere. The theme song was written and performed by Julia Massey. And the premise of this whole evening comes courtesy of Susan Wong. So, lots of folks put all of this together tonight. But I want to give you the opportunity to say thank you once again to all of the artists. So let's please just give a nice round of applause for everybody that you saw on stage tonight, whose names I have on a list somewhere. Just keep it going while I find it. There you go. Yeah, keep it going for Jamie Laurel Averley, Michael Wallenfels, Where's Beth, Michael Owcharuk, to Christine Gunn, Kuwaisiana, Eric Lane Barnes, and special guest Paul. to Sarah Goodin and Amanda Winterhalter. Thank you all for coming out tonight. My name is Sailor St. Clair. I was about to say it has been, but it is forever and still will be, so that's how time works. My name is Sailor St. Clair. It's been my pleasure to speak on a microphone about books, which is one of my favorite things to do. So thank you for indulging me and allowing me to do that. I've enjoyed being in the room with all of you tonight. Thank you for being here. If you are a Bushwick member, now is the time where you get to come up and pick a book off the shelf. So you can consider that. And in the meantime, the rest of you, please have fun, get home safe, feel free to chat about books, visit, buy some merch, visit our partners, and we'll see you again soon. The next Bushwick show is here on December 6th for Ink Aloud. We'll see you again then, everybody. Thanks so much and have a good night.
Now translated for the stage. It don't matter.